Millionaire mindset, wealth principle number 14. Think fast, not slow. I'll go through this pretty quickly. Think fast, not slow. In the new world, it's not the big fish that each eats a small fish. It's the fast fish which eats the slow fish. Write this down. Fast is the new big. Fast is the new big. That's why simultaneous thinking, not sequential thinking. Fast, speed. Money loves speed. Fast is the new big. Be nimble, be flexible. You can compete with huge corporations if you're fast enough. Just like in a martial arts situation, I like to use martial art metaphor. So if I'm fighting a big guy, if I try to punch him, and let's say he's this tall, and he punched me, I'm going to get hurt. How many can see that? Right? I'm going to get hurt. I punch him once, maybe he doesn't feel anything. He give me a couple punches, I'm 160 pounds. I'll be knocked out. How many can see that? Right? But if I finger jab, if I kick him in the groin, speed. Excuse me. Right? He grabbed my hand. If he grabs my hand, I'm not going to be like, let me do this move, and let me do this, and let me do that, and I will take you to the ground, and then, oh, someone grabs your wrist, very simple, step on the instep. They will let go. Excuse me. Speed. Speed. It's not how much you know, it's how fast you can implement. Not how much you know. Some of you know a lot, but how fast are you implementing what you know? I don't always consider myself the smartest guy, but I'm pretty sure I implement faster than most. I'm pretty sure I implement faster than most. DJ knows, actually, buddy. DJ would be a perfect, DJ's been working, get your good in the mic, that's it, appreciate it. Round of applause, DJ. Because coming from DJ would be the best, because DJ and I, we've been working together by now 8 years?
Oh, longer than that.
Then, oh shit, I'm getting old, man. Like 9 years, 10 years?
Yeah,
maybe 10 years.
10 years. 10 years or more, so.
Yeah, DJ will attest to that.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of a lot of examples. I mean, Dan and I have been through wars. Trenches,
blood.
Reality. I mean, I can remember a couple situations where we were doing events and seminars, and you know how good Dan is right here, right? And he's sweating away and working away here. Well, we're doing events, and we're bombing, okay? Which is hard for anybody in this room to believe, but I'm talking we are bombing. By bombing, I mean we are selling zero.
Yeah.
Zero, okay? So, you know, you're in a situation where, you know, the bills are stacking up, you're out of a town and everything else, you're literally in the trench, you're not selling anything. In literally 2 hours' time, Dan and I just sat down, Jenny, in a back room at a table, something like this, and we wrote an entire presentation. Entire presentation.
Yeah.
In less than 2 hours, where basically he just said, Dan, you want to practice? No, I ain't got time to practice. I'm telling you, by the time we finished the slide, everybody was sitting in the room. We were running up with a laptop to the front. We weren't even sure if the PowerPoint slides were going to play. That's how if you got to implement fast. We rewrote a whole presentation. What most people would have done, I've seen other people, well, we should have just gone to the bar. Man, Dan doesn't drink that much, but he'd have drank that night. Believe me, he would have drank that night.
Two drinks for me.
You know? I mean, that's what the average person would do. But no, we were in those trenches there, and you just realize this is not working. You get that reality check. You know, Dan's pragmatic, we're pragmatic. It was obvious as can be. We threw everything out, everything we knew, and just rewrote that whole presentation. A presentation, even like a presentation like tonight. I mean, this is a presentation that took Dan 6, 8, 10 hours to write. So think, if you're under the gun, if you can implement fast, you can change something over. I mean, the good news is we made a few sales, which is good. But then what do we do after that? It's 11 o'clock at night. You know, we want to go to bed. No. Back sitting down at the table, we're tearing the presentation apart again. Well, that worked, that didn't work. You just keep implementing, so you figure out how that presentation works. I mean, we've got countless examples and stories that we've had to take stuff, because you think something's gonna work, and you're using a proven model step by step, and you think, oh, this is gonna work. And everybody else that says it works, we go to other experts, just so you know. We have our own mentors. I have my own circle of influence and mentors. So before we do a presentation, we've practiced it 4 or 5, that's gonna work, that's gonna work. Well, the only true test is when you're in front of an audience. And when it doesn't work, you know, your back's up against the wall. That's when you got to decide, how fast can you change it? How fast can you implement?
And it's also like always come from DJ, because DJ knows me when I was like in my 20s. And he would know, I didn't have a lot of experience. I didn't have the experience that I have today. But he was always, hey, you know, Dan, one thing I like about you, it's you implement fast.
Yes.
It's like, that's the one thing he kind of keeps repeating again and again, right? So So he
Yeah,
will
I
know.
mean, I can still remember, just flashback a time when, so Dan mentored with myself and my partner, Alan Jacks. Some people would know who Alan Jacks is. You know, he was the founder of the Real Estate Investment Network.
Yeah.
Dan was so hungry back in the day that he would call me every week and say, "You got anything you want me to do?"
Yeah.
He was pestering me at times. Like, who is this guy's pestering me? You know, finally something came up and we needed the sales letter that was rewritten that wasn't working. Everything else.
I'll lick the stamp. I'll stuff the envelope.
I said, "Okay, let's try
takes.
this." So I can remember calling Dan, you know, at 4 in the afternoon. Dan, "Oh yeah, DJ, what do you want?" He says, "Well, Dan, I don't really got time for this, but I need the sales." "Oh yeah, I can do it." "Well, Dan, I need it done like tomorrow." He's like, "Yeah, no problem. Just send it to me."
Yeah.
6 o'clock in the morning when I woke up, sitting on my email was that letter rewritten for me. That's how fast that Dan can implement that.
And that's what it takes.
Yeah.
That's what it takes. I had these habits back in my early 20s, still have them today, if not stronger, strengthened. Habits. Marvelous.